What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how I painted this painting of a mountain scene in gouache. This painting actually has a really cool story. One of my subscribers, Christy, reached out to me and asked me if I would do this painting for her on commission. And so it was really cool. I did this and another painting for her. But as I understand it, this painting, this scene, is a scene that has some significance for her and her family. And so it's kind of cool to get to do a painting for somebody knowing that there was some meaning behind the image for that person. I have to admit, besides working on this commission, it's kind of been tough for me to be doing art lately. I haven't stopped. As many of you know, when I started teaching myself how to do art a few years ago, I committed to doing it every single day. And I decided to do that because I didn't want to be dependent on when I felt like doing art or when I got discouraged or being too busy. I just wanted to set a simple goal that I just have to do art every single day. And it could be 1 minute long, but as long as I was doing art, I thought in my mind I was going to be moving the bar a little bit further down the road. I was going to be progressing. I was going to still be learning. And in those early days, I would say for the last 2.5 years or 2 years, every single time that I did art, it was just absolute pure joy. I would go into that flow state. I would feel comfortable and excited. And I think especially once you're starting to learn something, every new thing that you learn, every new piece of art, every new creative muscle that you flex is kind of like a new eureka moment for you. You kind of just go from triumph to triumph because everything is new and you kind of only have up left. You can only go up from where you're at. But I think that curve sort of starts to taper and slow the more experience you get. I've definitely seen that with the music that I work on, and I think all of us will see that in whatever areas our profession are in or any area of growth that we want to pursue. I guess for me, more lately, I've been seeing a lot less of that big incremental growth that I had in the early days. And for whatever reason, lately, it just hasn't felt as good doing artwork. It hasn't felt as good being creative. And I don't think it has really as much to do with the creativity in of itself. I still love painting and I love drawing, but I think in a lot of ways there's just a lot of things that have just been making me feel like I don't really feel like making art. I don't really feel creative lately. And that's been really difficult for me. I'll be honest. It's been really, really difficult for me. One of the things that will happen is I'll go, okay, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna do some painting today. It's gonna be great. And then I'll sort of find some excuse. Well, let me eat lunch first. And before I sit down and paint, I really should exercise. Okay, so I'll go do that, and then oh shoot, I have to go work now. Well, okay, I'll do art after work. Then work will finish. Well, man, I'm really tired and hungry. I guess I'll eat dinner first. Well, I should talk to my family. And before you know it, it would get to be 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go, I just don't feel like doing art. I just don't feel like doing art. And so a lot of times I keep a sketchbook next to my bed. This is my whatever sketchbook, and it's really filled with just crazy sketches of whatever. Like this is my water bottle, my guitar case, my cat. I've sketched some eyes and things. More often than not, instead of working on a big in-depth art piece, I end up just kind of doodling in my sketchbook. Sometimes it's for a piece that I'm thinking about, but sometimes, honestly, it's just so that I can meet that standard of saying, I did art today. And I guess I'm sharing this with you guys because one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot is I feel like there's this impulse amongst a lot of us to be super productive and to constantly get things done. And as somebody who teaches the creative arts, I find that for a lot of people, especially young people, sometimes they struggle with that work ethic. It's easier to play video games than it is to sit down and practice. But also, on the flip side of that coin, for adults, more often than not, we're busy and our brains are scattered with all the different responsibilities and stresses that we have in our lives. And it's easier to just take that creative thing that you want to do and push it off for later, or put it on the shelf, or say, I'll get to that tomorrow. And I guess for me, the sketchbook is better than nothing, for sure. I mean, that I have that baseline that I never want to get to a point where I just go, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Because I know if I say that, I'm really not going to get much done. And so even if I'm doing a small drawing in my sketchbook, I feel like at least I'm doing something and I can keep my skills up to date. But the other thing that I was thinking about, we just got our first snow of the year today, and thinking about how there's seasons in nature. There's seasons of growth, there's seasons of produce when all the plants produce their fruit, and then there's seasons of dormancy when the leaves fall off the trees, when the plants die and the snow falls on the ground and things are quiet. And I think there's a lot of things in life like that. You can't be productive 24 hours in a day. You have to have a period where you lay down and rest. And maybe for whatever reason, I'm heading into one of those down cycles where I'm not going to be as productive. I don't know. I think that, it's not cyclical. You can't set your calendar to it. But I think that in life there's sort of waves that ebb and flow. And sometimes you're on the top of the mountain and sometimes you're in the valley. And I just want to say that, if you're going through a similar period where maybe you're extra stressed, maybe there's a lot of difficult things going on in your life, maybe you have a huge burden of responsibility, whatever it is, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. The waves go up and the waves go down. I think for me, realizing that there's something natural in having a high period of productivity, and there's something natural about having a period where you're not as productive, maybe where you're not as strong, where you're not as motivated. There's something natural about that, maybe even healthy. And it's okay to take a break. It's okay to slow down and even to stop. Maybe I should embrace the down season, embrace a time of rest, embrace the sketchbook, embrace 5-minute, 10-minute drawing sessions, and release myself from the pressure to produce all the time. Imagine if the fields and the plants and the trees pressured themselves to produce fruit and grain in the winter, in the dead of winter. I guess that would be some pretty sad trees and fields and gardens, when in reality, they're doing exactly what they need to do right now, which is rest. So, wherever this finds you, if you're in an up season or a down season, I hope that you'll enjoy it. Enjoy the up season and know that a down season will be okay. And if you're in a down season now, enjoy it. Embrace the rest. Embrace the place where you're at right now. Know that it's not forever, and another wave will come. You can catch it, and something good's going to come again right around the corner. I hope you guys enjoyed this painting. Thank you so much, Christy, for letting me paint this for you. If any of you would like to commission a painting or drawing from me, just send me a message on Facebook or on Instagram. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about creativity. You might enjoy watching this video here or this playlist here. Remember, most of all, you guys have a voice that matters. Stay creative. I'll see you next time.